So if we talk about artists with influence, I really want to get to Lil Durk because I believe he has a lot more influence over the youth as far as who are really in it right now. You know what I mean? Just to try to put some things on his head, just to let him know that, like, wars are stopped when people just say we had enough. Enough people have died. We've lost enough. Let's move forward. You make an agreement and you move forward. And they have to have that understanding, like,
of the freedom of speech,
the other side of the non-disclosure agreements, the agreements.
Absolutely.
Now, we've seen Jay Prince obviously been vocal for some years now on behalf of your father. We just recently seen you and Kanye on Drink Champs. Kanye's been very vocal, talked to President Trump a couple years back, if not maybe last year. On behalf of your father, we see him and Drake trying to piece things up on behalf of your father. Talk about the hip hop impact and how that is going to help and assist, maybe get some more further conversation involved to get your father free. How's that help?
I mean, the hip hop influences the world. You know, so the reach through hip hop is much further than the reach through me as an individual or just anybody as an individual. I mean, hip hop has changed the way we do everything. You know, hip hop put us in the houses with people we would never be in. So through hip hop, we can just reach so many people. So the influence of hip hop is just strong. We can spread the word about what's going on. We can spread the word when it's time to maybe sign a petition or whatever it is. We can spread the word about like how we should be moving in the community. Like if hip hop was just seen as entertainment and not people taking it to heart sometimes, like some of the stuff that's going on in the streets probably wouldn't be going on because people are imitating art instead of art imitating life or just being as art is supposed to be entertainment. And hip hop is controlling what's going on. You know, people are speaking about what's going on, but a lot of them are not telling the other side of the story. You know, it's supposed to be a story and it's supposed to be a movie to your ears, but they land a platform of what life should be, and the platform that they land is, you know, it's killing us. We want to enjoy hip hop as entertainment. We want to use hip hop to start the movement, to love each other, to speak on black peace, black love, bigging up our communities, you know, supporting each other businesses. Why not use it for that? Not instead of using it for just how many guns I'm toting and how I blow somebody down and what have you. You know, my father's been using it for that for years. Even when he did the thing on the Ghetto Boys years ago, he was talking about voting. Before Puffy rocked the vote, my father was on the Ghetto Boys album telling us to vote because we had the numbers that they didn't use, that they didn't know about, that wasn't being used, that we could use to make the differences in our communities.
Is that why, like, Drake and Kanye in particular getting together is important? Because when I initially saw it, I was like, well, how is that going to help anything? These two people getting together and just piecing everything up. But as you articulated, is that the reasoning why? Because of the unity, bringing the two powerful forces together and showing that and seeing how that can evoke change?
It's all about, it's all about unity, and it's about unity. That's what my father is about. It's about the influence that hip hop has. It's about the influence that he has. Like it wouldn't really just because they got together say anything to the judge, but it's showing his influence and how he uses his influence, like the things that he's interested in and what he's about. Plus, we want a trickle down effect. Like entertainers get into it, and you got people in their crew dying over whatever beef they got going on. Like, man, you guys are on top of the world. You guys are making money, and you can pull up the rest of the people in your crew. Nobody should be dying while you're on top of the world over, you know, some words back and forth.
Right. And did you orchestrate the Drake and the Kanye and Dre Prince thing? You put that together?
Well, that was my father's. That was his baby, his idea. Okay. You know what I mean? I helped play a part. Jay Prince played a part, but I didn't orchestrate it like that. You know, Kanye is from the city, and you know, he has ties to the cities. So he genuinely in his heart already, you know, knew what was needed. So Kanye came on because he wanted to help and he wanted to reach out. And then Drake is a good dude and he could see the beauty in it. So we just trying to put it together. They had their issues, but like I said, we trying to show who they are, show what type of real stand-up dudes they can be.
Right. A Lil Durk. Do you ever talk to him? If I'm not mistaken, didn't he give your father like a shout out over the summertime?
Yeah. I don't actually know Lil Durk. Okay. You know what I mean? Like I was saying before, I got love for Lil Durk and his father, just like he has love for my father. I don't know what he knows about me, but you know, we don't have any relationship, but I do know his father. And I just think that he had, so if we talk about artists with influence, I really want to get to Lil Durk because I believe he has a lot more influence over the youth as far as who are really in it right now. You know what I mean? Just to try to put some things on his head, just to let him know that like wars are stopped when people just say we had enough. Enough people have died. We've lost enough. Let's move forward. You make an agreement and you move forward. And they have to have that understanding. Like if the train is getting ready to crash, you can get off the train. There's no need to keep riding that train. Like, you know, I would like to, you know, try to put some things in his ear, you know, because I think he got a lot of influence on what's going on out here with the youth that's out here with other young entertainers that's putting information out here. Like, it's really critical that what we hear actually stays in our brain and it kind of controls us. We don't know that it controls us, but it do. So I would wish that I could get him to use his influence as best as possible.
It kind of seems as though he's trying to make that turn for that change. He's saying little things on social media that kind of suggest that that's what he wants to do. Do you, in this environment nowadays, especially in social media and things of the popularity and in the lives that a lot of these young rappers live, do you realistically see a situation where they could get out of it and could get for better? Because if it could, the impact that it would create, like imagine if a Durk, somebody from another set could get together and do something now, the impact that could make. Do you think that you can reach him and get to that? Because that would be major.
I mean, all we can do is keep pushing with the platform growing and reaching the people that we are reaching. It's possible. Anything is possible. I can't say that it's going to happen, but you know, it's possible and it's needed. Yeah. You know, you would be bigger than life if you was the one to make these changes in this city and in any other city. Like we killing each other. We worried about other people and outside forces. Let's deal with the inside forces, and then maybe we can come together and deal with the outside forces.
Definitely. In your opinion, do you think that, you know, you got a lot of violence in Chicago, just like any other city, you know, in America? In your opinion, do you think that the government actually wants the wars to stop? Because it goes all the way back to, you know, when Chicago probably belongs, we all can remember. Do you think that the government wants that to stop, or do you think they want to keep that kind of going in these major cities, including Chicago?
You know, what I am going to say is a lot of money being made when it keeps going on. We're less of an issue to deal with when we're at each other than when we are together. You know, I can't say for sure that they wanted to keep going on. I mean, it seems like they wanted to keep going on. I don't have the proof that they wanted to keep going on, but it sure seems that way.
God driving Sam and riding passenger side, and you heard it out the mouth of the greatest rapper alive. Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. God driving Sam and riding passenger side, and you heard it out the mouth of the greatest rapper alive. Go gang.